Hello everyone. So we are here for our next lecture, which is tenses. We have skipped our one of the lectures, which is advanced uses of the. So you can study this. This is very simple. That's why I am skipping this. So I am taking the next lecture, which is tenses. So this is one of the most important lectures of the English grammar. So you have to watch it carefully. So let's move forward. Yes. So first of all, we will look at what is a tense. So a tense is simply, or we can say, it may be defined as that form of a verb which indicates the time and the state of an action or event. Simply, it indicates time of action. It indicates time of action. At what time the action is happened, whether it is in past, present, or future. So it indicates time of action. What is the time of action? The second one is state of action. State of action means whether it is it means whether the work is done on regular basis regular basis or not, whether the work is done on regular basis or not. So this is the state of action. The third thing is time frame of a tense. So time frame of a tense can be understood as it indicates point of time, particular point of time. Suppose yesterday, today, or Monday, Sunday. These are the example of point of time. The second one is period of time. So it can be understood from the word itself, period. From this year to this year, or this week to this week. So this is the period of time. So we have understood time frame of a tense. One more thing we can take in it, that is the expression of time. Expression we can say whether it is winter 1982 or summer 2000. So this is expression of time. So this is the definition of tense, what we can understood from this, what is tense is representing to us. So this is that. So moving further, kinds of tenses. So mainly three kinds of tenses, as we know: past tense, present tense, and future tense. Past tense, we all know what has happened or done in the past. So this is very simple. The second thing is present tense. What is happening? What is happening in the sense of today, or the present times. Present times. We will see the use of present tense in the next slide. And the next one is future tense. Future tense, as the name is future, so we can understand that the it indicates it indicates the future action. The future action. So it looks like very simple, but it's not like that. The tense may tense you anytime, so we have to understood that very carefully. So moving next, kinds of tenses have completed. Now these three tenses further divided into four more tenses: simple, indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. So there are 12 types of tenses, 12 types of tenses in total. So we will look at these one by one. So one of the most important tenses of this lecture is simple indefinite. I will say simple indefinite tense will cover the 40% of the tenses. If we can understand the simple indefinite present tense, then half the job will be done. So just listen carefully and try to understand it. So now I am giving a rough idea how these tenses are divided. So I am making a tense chart here. So this is our tense chart. Looks like these are tenses. Three tenses: past, present, and future, divided into four more parts: simple or indefinite. Simple or indefinite are same, but there is a minute difference which will be discussed. So we wait for that. And after that, continuous. So next one is perfect. Next one is perfect continuous. Perfect continuous. So these are 12 tenses. How these 12 tenses are made? First of all, first tense is simple past or simple present. Second one is past continuous. Third one is past perfect. Fourth one is past perfect continuous. Similarly, simple present, simple present, present continuous, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect, then present perfect continuous. Similarly, simple future tense, simple future tense, future continuous, future continuous, future perfect, future perfect, and after that, future perfect continuous. So why this topic is most important? Because why this topic is most important? Because the upcoming topics like the upcoming topics like uh, yes, upcoming topics like, okay, we can do on the next page. Upcoming topics like narration, narration, active passive, active passive, and more will be totally dependent on tense, totally dependent on tenses. So that's why this topic is really important. So we need to very careful about this topic. And from these 12 tenses, simple present tense is very important. Simple present tense is very important. If we can understand simple present tense, then all the other tenses will become very easier. All the other tenses will become very easier. So let's let's understand simple present tense. So I will provide some general rule how a simple present tense looks like, and after that I will talk about how simple present tense can be used, what are the uses of the simple present tense. So simply, first of all, I am giving the rule how a simple present tense can be identified. Before that, I would like to tell you that I am assuming that you know about noun, pronoun, subject, predicate, and some idea about verb. So these things you have to cover. These things you have to cover yourself before understanding the simple present tense. So now I am giving the simple rule of simple present tense. So first of all, subject 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 is given, then verb, then verb, after that s or es with verb plus object this is the simple rule of simple present tense. How can we identify the simple present tense? So let's have an example, very simple example. Suppose um, Peter writes a book. Peter writes a book. So subject is what about which we are talking about. We are talking about Peter. So this is our subject. So this is our subject. This is verb. This is verb. We will talk about this s, which is written over here, and after that a book. This is our object. So this is the simple rule. We can take another example. Another example is, suppose um, there is someone, Mr. P writes a letter. So Mr. P is subject on which we are talking about. We are talking about Mr. P. So this is our subject. This is verb. I have taken the same verb in the both the sentences. So this is very easy for you to understand. Writes a letter. This is object, and this is our verb. Moving further. So we have looked the examples of simple present tense. Now the most important thing, use of do, does, as and es in the present indefinite. this is one of the most important topics. So please listen carefully. Suppose what we have used the example. Suppose Peter writes a book. Peter writes a book. So how this sentence can be changed into negative? This is positive sentence. How it can be changed into negative sentence? We all know that negative sentences, which are negative sentences, the sentences in which no or not or these type of words are used. So how can it be changed into negative sentences? So it can be changed as Peter now does not write a book. So what we should understand here, does is used with not and the s is omitted from verb. So this is negative sentence. This is negative sentence. I hope you would understand that. Now we have talked about the singular subject. Now suppose subject is plural. Students write a book. So here when the subject is plural, our subject is plural, then we use simple verb. S or es will not be used. So students write a book. So how this is positive sentence. So how it can be changed into negative sentence? How it can be changed into negative sentence? This can be changed into negative sentence as students don't write a book. Students don't write a book. Students don't write a book. Why we use do? Because the subject is plural. Now you would have doubt that can this not be used without does or without do? No, it cannot be used as. It is used with does or do. This should be understood. This should be understood from you. So the next thing in this, I think I should tell you how to change it into a question form, interrogative form. So Peter writes a book. Peter writes a book. Peter writes a book. Peter writes a book. So how it can be changed into interrogative? How it can be changed into interrogative? So what I told you, Peter is singular, writes we use s. So in singular subject we use does. So does Peter write? Here as will not be used. Does Peter write a book? As will not be used because as is used here. Okay, as is used here. Now the second sentence, which is plural, we have seen that students students write a book. Students write a book. Now, interrogative form, how it can be changed? Interrogative form, how it can be changed? Do students do students write a book? Do students write a book? So this is the interrogative form. Now, how can a negative how can a negative simple present tense changed into interrogative form? How a negative simple present tense can be changed into interrogative form? So first of all, we look at the negative sentence. First of all, we look at the negative sentence. Negative sentence, we take Peter doesn't write a book. Peter doesn't write a book. So it's very simple. We just need to do is does Peter not write a book? So hopefully you would understand that this is the most important part of this lecture. This is the most important part of this lecture. So if you have any doubt, you should ask. You should ask. Otherwise, many people or teachers are promising that they can make you the master of the tenses in 7 seconds or in 5 seconds. So it cannot be happened. It cannot be happened. You have to work hard so that you can understood these. So I would like to tell you one thing that there is not any shortcut to understand the topics or anything to achieve. You have to be passed through the phase thoroughly. So that's why you need to understand these very deeply. That's why you should understand this. This is the most important part. I am saying again, this is the most important part of our tenses. So i would like to give I would like to give an example to solve an example to solve. Question is, ball bounces. You have to change it into negative sentence. This is positive sentence. Then interrogative 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 of positive and negative. Then you have to change this sentence into plural form. You have to take balls instead of ball. So balls, now you have to write from here. Then again, this is positive sentence, you have to change into negative, and you have to change into interrogative of positive sentence and interrogative of negative sentence. So it's very deep. This should be understood by everyone. This should be understood by everyone. This is the most important topic. So you need to change these, and if you have any doubt, you can directly mail me to. I am giving you the email ID, that is TIWAKERKAUSHAL 13@gmail.com. So this is my Gmail ID. You can ask if you don't know the answers of these, or you can make yourself correct. So one more thing left in this tense, simple present tense. So just it will take 1 or 2 minutes more, so just keep looking at. So uses of present tense. Yes, uses of present tense. Uses of present tense. So how present tense can be used? So I am giving you uses, how these can be used. So these can be used uh, to represent any habitual action habitual action habitual action. We can take an example. Yes, Pearl goes school every day. So this is his habitual action. This is first use. The second use is we can represent any habit that he is usually late for his office. This is his habit. So this sentence should be spoken in the simple present tense. And any general truth general truth we can say the sun rises in the east. So this should be this should be in present tense. I hope you would get that. Any permanent activity. So I hope you would getting this permanent activity. It's a habit or habitual action. Actually these are same. So sorry. So these are actually more or less are same. So any habitual action, the most important is the present tense can be used for to show any habitual action, and any habit, any general truth, any permanent activity, or whatever we do on regular basis, that can be used in simple present tense And also one more thing we can be used in this. You can take the screenshot of this slide. Yes. So one more use which I would like to tell you. Which I would like to tell you. Future arrangement. Future arrangement. So how it can be used? Example: the prime minister prime minister the prime minister arrives the prime minister arrives from New York tomorrow. So this is future arrangement. This is showing the future, that the prime minister will come tomorrow. And similarly, we can take one more example. He leaves his job next week. He leaves his job next week. So this is also this also can be taken. So what we learned today is yes, of course, I will thank you after the slide is complete, after the lecture is complete. So one more thing I would like to tell you once. Present tense, what we studied today, present tense. So what was the rule? Subject plus verb, first form of verb with s or es plus object. Okay. And negative sentences, to convert these into negative sentences, we use do or does with not, with negative sentences. And we learn interrogative sentences, interrogatives. And also we can change into positive sentences. So these are the things which are really important. You need to work hard on this so that you can learn the uh, next tenses like past indefinite. So this tense, simple indefinite tense, is one of the most important tenses of the 12 tenses. So you have to keep work hard on this tense. And if you have any doubt, you can mail me or just comment in the comment box. So now we can move to the thank you slide. And in the next lecture, we will move further. We will study past indefinite. If you really work hard on the present indefinite, then past indefinite would be simple for you. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. And if you have any query, you can ask. I have given you my mail ID. And of course, you can comment in the comment box. So now, yes, thank you so much.